You and I have worked with thousands of agents all over the country, and
Yes.
we know that most people just keep on hitting the same number, then they go back, same number, they go back. I want people to break that freaking damn number. Like whatever their best month was at. If their best month was 2 transactions or 4 transactions or 10 transactions, and they just want to add one more deal to that per month, how do they break through that? Give us like a framework or one thing or 2 things or 3 things that everybody can do now to break through and have their best month ever.
Well, they do say, you should know your why, which is good. That could be, for some people that doesn't work, but one strategy is being passionate about something outside of that internal conversation that you have that holds you back. So there's that. There's if we look at our children, like I don't know about you, Chadi, but my son has helped me be a better human being because there's things that I have done that I honestly wouldn't have done if it wasn't for him. There was a certain amount of accountability. I was talking to one of our power aides the other day. She's a grandmother. She's faced with the situation. She has to raise her grandchild. So without getting into any more details, but so she's faced with that. And she's saying, Daryl, I'm having challenges like managing this human being and still prospering. I said, well, include them somehow. Make it an accountability. Like, make a promise to them that you're going to work from this time to this time and you're going to stop, but you got to keep your promise. So using this child as a partner, if you will, that when you do what you said you're going to do and then reward the child. But anyway, so knowing your why, something that you're passionate about, that's number one. I will tell you I'll give a why for everybody if they're missing one. And then I'll give you a second tip because you wanted a few. This is how I see real estate, Chadi, is that nobody buys or sells a house just to buy or sell a house. They're doing it because they're committed to something. So, for example, somebody might be selling their house because they're committed to moving to another place because they have a job transfer, or maybe because they're getting married or they have a kid on the way, so they want a bigger house to create memories. In other words, people are not committed to selling a house. They're committed to their next level, and selling the house is merely the major part of that commitment. Does that make sense what I'm saying here? Yeah. So really what we do as agents, especially on the listing side, is our job is not to sell their house. Our job is to get them to their next level. And so we've been licensed by the state to help facilitate the real estate piece of that process. But really, I tell agents, Chadi, that I'm a real estate coach, you're a real estate coach for realtors, that a realtor should be a real estate coach for civilians. Our job is to go on a listing appointment and not try and take a listing, but to give advice, to give coaching. And part of being a good coach in any coaching environment is to find out what the person is committed to. And based on that commitment, we're a clearing for them to help guide them to accomplish that which they're committed to. So a listing appointment is really like coaching, not closing. Serving, not selling. So when an agent gets that, now it's not about production anymore. It's about going out and serving humanity. It's about serving human beings that with their most important asset of their life. And Chadi, for some people, if they get that bigger purpose, then they're going to push themselves more, because it's not about the 1, the 2, or the 3 deals. It's about those 1, those 2, or 3 families that need your help. So that's what I say on that. The third thing, or whatever number I'm up to, is I ran now I'm going to get a long way to your answer, but I ran the New York City Marathon. I only say that because I look like that's impossible. And because I'm not into working out or anything. I did it to raise money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And when I decided to run this marathon, Chadi, I got in. Do you know how long a marathon is, by the way? You look like a healthy guy.
26.2 miles.
Look, you see that, everybody? You see, I knew this guy would know the answer because he looks like he works out. He's healthy. I hate you already. But anyway, let me tell you what I did, Chadi. I got my car. I drove from my house, and I drove 26.2 miles to figure out how the hell long that thing was. And when I looked at it, I said, there ain't no way I'm going to run 26.2 miles. If my hair were on fire, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. So what I decided to do was I got to break this sucker down. Because if I look at 26.2, that's too far. I can't even see that far, right? So what I did was I said, when I started running, I said, you know what? Let me just run to the crack that's in the cement right over there. It's about 10 feet. Let me just run to that. Now, when I got to the crack, I said, all right, let me get to the bush. There's a bush right about another 15. Let me get to the bush. Then it was to the telephone pole and ba. And I learned inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, it's hard. If an agent just focuses on doing the activity and not the result will happen by itself.